Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? El día de hoy les traigo un reto, un video un poquito difícil en el cual están todas las preguntas de la entrevista mezcladas, tanto las personales como las have you ever y también las que hay que responder que sí. Este video te va a dejar saber qué tan preparado estás. Me atrevo a decir que si puedes dominar este video sin ningún problema, tu entrevista también no vas a tener ningún problema. Ya saben que toda esta información es gratuita, lo único que tienes que hacer es apoyarnos con un like, seguirnos en nuestra cuenta de Instagram citizens_ahora y suscribirte si no lo has hecho para que no te pierdas ninguno de nuestros videos. Muy bien amigos, comencemos con la práctica del día de hoy.
Let's get started with the questions. What do you do for a living? And how long have you been doing this? Have you ever been a habitual drunkard, been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution, sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics, been married to more than one person at the same time, married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit, helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally, gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling, failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony, made any misrepresentations to obtain any public benefit in the United States. Are you a male who lived in the United States at any time between your 18th and 26th birthdays? Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that helped or supported people in combat? Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in any location in the world? Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? When was the last time you traveled outside of the United States? In any of these trips, were you more than 6 months outside of the United States? Have you ever been charged with committing, attempting to commit, or assisting in committing a crime or offense? Are all of your children living with you now? How many trips have you taken out of the United States in the past 5 years? Were you married back in your country? Were you ever a member, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in any of the following groups? Military unit, paramilitary unit, police unit, self-defense unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, militia, or insurgent organization. Do you have any other nationalities? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States, or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Have you ever been a member or in any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with the Communist Party, any totalitarian party, a terrorist organization? What's your spouse's date of birth? Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Are your children your biological children? Between March 23rd, 1933 and May 8th, 1945, did you work for or associate in any way, either directly or indirectly, with the Nazi government of Germany? What kind of job did you have back in your country? Did you ever sell, give, or provide weapons to any person, or help another person sell, give, or provide weapons to any person? Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings currently pending against you? Now please define a habitual drunkard. Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following: genocide, torture, killing or trying to kill someone, badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose, forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relation, not letting someone practice his or her religion? Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Now please translate in Spanish the previous question. In what month and year did you become a permanent resident? Have you ever persecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Do you still live at the same address? Okay. Can you please give me the address? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Now, what is the Communist Party? Since you've sent in your application, have you traveled again? And how old are you? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution? What is your spouse's name and last name? Did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training? What is your social security number? Do you want to change your name? Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed on probation, or been paroled? Has your spouse been married before? Are you married? Have you called yourself a non-US resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Did you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve in or helped an armed force or group? What is deportation? Is your spouse a U.S. citizen? What is an oath of allegiance? Do you have any children under the age of 18? Can you give me all of the names you have used in the past? What is a Nazi? Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or in any other way? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Do you have your ID with you? May I see it? Thank you. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in any of the following? Prison or jail, prison camp, detention facility, labor camp, or any other place where people were forced to stay? Please give me your date of birth. Do you owe any federal, state, or local taxes? Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing or rehabilitative program? Why do you want to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? What is your height and your weight? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Are your children U.S. citizens? Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Where were you born? Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? How many times have you been married? Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Now, what is genocide? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Have you ever been ordered, removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Were you ever part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so? What is a weapon? Have you ever been in jail or prison? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Now please review that all of the information is correct. Please sign your name. Congratulations, I have now approved your U.S. citizenship interview.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué te pareció el video? Un poquito complicado, ¿verdad? Déjame saber en los comentarios cómo te fue. Ve a ver cualquiera de estos dos videos si no los han visto para que continúes con el tema. Mucha suerte si tienes tu entrevista esta semana. Si no la tienes, no te preocupes. Aquí seguiremos trabajando bien duro para ayudarte a que llegues bien preparado para ese día tan importante. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Chao.